Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. Shanks and Luffy are going to face each other, something we knew would be inevitable, but now we know the reasons, and I'll reveal that to you in today's video. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Guys, ever since Luffy declared that he would become the Pirate King, the journey to achieve that goal has been full of challenges, unlikely alliances, and epic battles. However, one of the greatest confrontations that many believe is yet to come is the duel between Luffy and Shanks. This fight, if it happens, would not only be a battle of powers, but also a clash of ideals and a milestone that could decide the future of One Piece. I think this confrontation carries much greater emotional weight than any other battle Luffy has faced, because it involves not just the dream of becoming the Pirate King, but also the relationship with Shanks, who was essential for Luffy to start his adventure. The Yonkos have always been pillars of power in the New World, controlling vast territories and maintaining a kind of unstable balance between themselves. Before Luffy's rise, direct battles between Yonkos were rare, almost non-existent. Perhaps this was the result of an unwritten code, or who knows, a mutual understanding that direct conflicts could destabilize the world's order irreparably. However, with Luffy's arrival and his decision to directly challenge figures like Big Mom and Kaido, that balance was destroyed. The confrontation with Kaido and Wano, shown in chapters 1049 and 1050, not only marked the fall of one of the most powerful Yonkos, but also paved the way for new alliances and revealed crucial secrets about the poneglyphs. Shanks' connection with Luffy dates back to the beginning of the story, in chapter 1, when he sacrifices his arm to save Luffy and gives him the famous straw hat, which becomes the symbol of Luffy's dream. But over the years, questions have arisen that make many wonder about Shanks' true intentions. After all, he knew the importance of the Gomu Gomu no Mi, which was later revealed to be the Hito Hito no Mi, Model Nika, a secret of immeasurable magnitude to the world's history. I think it's possible that Shanks manipulated Luffy in some way, perhaps guiding his steps from afar with the aim of preparing him for a much greater role. In chapter 1018, when the true identity of the fruit is revealed, it sheds new light on Shanks' actions and why he stole the fruit from CP9. Another issue that deserves attention is why Shanks hasn't seemed to make an effort to become the Pirate King until now. He has always been described as one of the most enigmatic Yonkos, and his presence in the New World has a significant impact. But he has never shown a direct desire to conquer the One Piece. I think this may be related to his priorities. Perhaps Shanks sees his role not as a conqueror, but as a guardian of balance, ensuring that the power of the One Piece doesn't fall into the wrong hands. In chapter 1054, Shanks declares that it's time to go after the One Piece, suggesting that he has always been waiting for the right moment to act. Perhaps he believed that the world needed a true heir, someone like Luffy, to fulfill that destiny. If the duel between Luffy and Shanks happens, it will be loaded with meaning. It wouldn't just be a battle to determine who is stronger, but also a way for Shanks to test Luffy and ensure that he is ready to take on the legacy of the Pirate King. I think Shanks sees Luffy as an extension of Roger's dream, and that adds an emotional weight to the possible confrontation. In chapter 1056, it's mentioned that the world is heading towards a new balance of power, and perhaps Shanks is planning to use this fight as a catalyst to shape that future. The poneglyphs play a central role in this context, as they are the keys to finding Laugh Tale and uncovering the secrets of the One Piece. With the fall of Kaido and Big Mom, Luffy now has access to crucial information that brings him closer to the final goal. I think Shanks, as someone who likely also possesses information about the poneglyphs, may use this knowledge as part of his duel with Luffy. Perhaps he wants to ensure that Luffy fully understands the responsibility that comes with the power of the One Piece before claiming it. Additionally, there is the question of Shanks' allies and how they could influence this battle. Shanks' crew consists of extremely powerful figures, such as Ben Beckman, who was highlighted in chapter 434 as someone with such a threatening presence that even Kizaru hesitated to face him. I think these allies could play an important role in preparing Luffy for the final battle, serving as challenges that will help him grow even more. Continuing, one of the keys to understanding the dynamic between Luffy and Shanks lies in the type of relationship they share. Although at first glance, Shanks was a mentor to Luffy, it's clear that their roles began to diverge as both approached their own goals. Luffy, as we know, has an unwavering vision of his dream, something that makes him a unique figure in the world of One Piece, where most characters, including the Yonkos themselves, seek power or influence to rule. Unlike them, Luffy seeks freedom, both for himself and for those around him. This philosophy may be the most important factor that truly separates the two. Shanks' decision not to become the Pirate King, despite his immense strength and influence in the New World, can be seen in part as a reflection of the fact that he shares Luffy's vision of freedom, albeit with a different approach. Shanks understands that freedom, without control or limits can lead to unimaginable chaos. He, therefore, chose not to claim the One Piece, but is ready to support someone like Luffy, who has the ability to understand it in his heart and give the world true freedom without subjugating it to the personal interests of a tyrannical ruler. This doesn't mean, however, that he isn't prepared to put Luffy to the test. In fact, Shanks seems to have the wisdom necessary to see beyond Luffy's immediacy and unpredictability. He knows the dangers that come with absolute power and may be waiting for the right moment to challenge Luffy to ensure he has the maturity to handle the repercussions of his ambition. The very fact that Shanks took so long to decide to go after the One Piece and reveal his intentions may suggest that he sees this battle as a kind of rite of passage, a way to test if Luffy is ready to become the leader the world needs. However, we cannot ignore the role of other factors that directly influence this clash. The world government and the growing threat of figures like Blackbeard, who already possesses powerful abilities and one of the greatest goals in the world, the control of the One Piece, will certainly be a challenge that will unite Luffy and Shanks more than ever imagined. The alliance that is built from a battle with Shanks would inevitably be transformed by these external pressures, a factor that perhaps Shanks has considered from the beginning. Throughout their journeys, Shanks and Luffy have had experiences that have changed their worldviews, making their confrontation not just a battle of egos, but also of principles. While Luffy has always been ahead of his crew in the alliances formed along the way, forging bonds with figures like Trafalgar Law, Eustace Kid, and even some of the most complex figures from the world government, Shanks has had a more contained but equally formative experience. He was one of the few who stood by Gol D. Roger during the final days of traditional piracy, and this gave him a unique perspective on what it means to be a leader. The fact that Shanks has such a strong and experienced crew with standout figures like Ben Beckman and Yasopp puts him in a position where he is not just testing Luffy's strength physically, but also his ability to gather a crew that is equally loyal and strong, something that Luffy has demonstrated throughout his journey. Shanks, as mysterious as he is, has likely seen in Luffy something he himself couldn't achieve, a true charismatic leadership based on mutual respect and the fight for the freedom of others. It's possible that, in the end, Shanks sees the need for a legacy, something he has in mind for the future of the world. He knows that balance in the seas and the world can only be achieved if someone with Luffy's character and strength takes the helm. However, he may be waiting, as difficult as it may be for Luffy to decide on his own, that the world needs a new pirate king to ensure the balance between the seas is maintained. The confrontation between the two, in this context, can be seen as a battle of influences. Shanks, the protector, versus Luffy, the conqueror. But what about the truth of the One Piece? What we know so far is that the One Piece is not just a physical treasure. The greatest secret of all, kept by Gol D. Roger, who was entrusted with delivering the message to those who came after him, is probably a secret that transcends mere wealth. The One Piece, at its core, may have an even deeper meaning, something related to the world's lost history and the true nature of the world government. Perhaps that is what Shanks knows, but perhaps he also believes this information should be preserved until the true heir, someone like Luffy, is ready to handle it. Luffy has already been able to thwart the plans of various powerful factions, but a confrontation with Shanks, with all his experience and the knowledge he holds, could be something more than a mere battle. Shanks may want to ensure that Luffy not only understands the meaning of the One Piece, but also that he is capable of handling the consequences that its revelation will bring to the world. This is the crucial moment in the story, where the two will meet, not as rivals, but as individuals with different yet complementary visions of the future. But what do you think about this? What do you expect for the future of these two? That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.